Welcome to this look at new mods on Farming Simulator 25 with me, MrSealyp. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Thursday the 9th of January. We've got some new mods. We've got a couple of updates actually. The Lintner Unitrack pack and the Rigitrack SKH 150 by Giant Software both had updates. They had updates the other day, not today, but I just wanted to show you my consternation over the problems with the Rigitrack have been fixed, and I'll show you that momentarily. There are a few more mods on PC than on console for FS25 today. There are some FS22 mods. I think it's a couple of maps. I think one's had an update, one's new. I think on PC there's an additional. So potentially a couple of maps on PC, one or two maybe, on console for FS22. So as far as FS25 goes, then the SKH 150. If you recall the lighting situation, watch now. Lights. Hallelujah, brothers. Rear lights. Oh yes, nice and bright too. Main beams, lovely. And then our indicators, look, they are working. All is good in the world. So there you go, that's part of the update. The Lintner Unitrack pack was a minor thing. It wasn't anything to do with lighting or anything like that. But that is fixed now. Good to know. As far as the mods for today go then, we're going to start here. It seems relatively, minor, but this is the More Honey Pallet Spawner Options by MrHector. 0.27 megabytes download, one slot each. If we go into our build mode, go to our animals, go along to our bees, which are just here, and then we come down. There's your honey pallet spawn point. That's the standard in-game one. But if we come down here, we've got all of these options now. So we've got the 3.4 by 2.4 meters. That's 4 pallets. Then we've got the 3.4 by 2.4. That's 8 pallets, but that's a 4 by 2. So it double stacks them. So it's easier for loading trailers and stuff as well, because when it double stacks the pallets, you can pick up 2 at a time, whether you're doing forks or whatever you're doing, to load onto trailers and stuff like that. And it takes up exactly the same amount of space. Then we come down to our 6. So that does 6 pallets, that does 12. Again, takes up the same amount of space, but double stacks, the 12 double stacks. Then we've got a 12 and our 16. They're double stacks already, I think. So that's 12 by 1, 16 by 1, and then we double stack them. So that's our double stack of 12, double stack of 16. I can't remember what I went for now. I've got an absolute load of beehives over the back there, and I skipped through a month, a day. I've got 1 day months, and that's all the honey I got. But this honey pallet spawn point will double stack, and you've got plenty more room. If you don't want lots of pallets out, it will still store them. It'll stack the ones that are allowed to stack, and if you want them stored, that's fine. But if you want to have more out, that's what this mod does. It allows for that. Pretty handy, pretty helpful. I was hoping I'd have more pallets of honey out. I'd have to skip through quite a few more months, I think, to get there. So that's that. The More Honey Pallet Spawner Options by MrHector. Next, we've got these. This is actually very fortuitous today. We've got the Greenhouse by the Lort, 2.92 megabytes download, 4 slots each. We've got a small and a large, small and a big. They do, if I recall, they do all of the options. I'm sure they do, yes. Well, I'll show you. Let's go into our build mode. We go up until we get to our factories and across 2 greenhouses. So, price-wise as well, pretty good. We look at 9 grand, 18 or 36 for your standard small, medium and large greenhouse. Then we've got the glass ones, which are even more expensive, 13, 5, 27 and 54. That's base game. Then we've got our mushroom ones. So these are the 2 modded ones, 9 grand and 12 grand. So a greenhouse and a big greenhouse. That's the greenhouse, that's the big greenhouse. So 9 and 12 grand, not too bad at all. Now, as it shows on the bottom there, they will do the old crop types and the new crop types. So you'll get the chilies, you'll get your spring onion, you'll get your Napa cabbage, and you'll get your garlic on top of your tomatoes, strawberries, and lettuce if you want to run all of them. So a little bit cheaper than the base game ones we've got now, and a slightly different design as well, which I like. Now, these run at the standard recipes, should I say. So I skipped ahead, and this is what we got out of this one. And then next door, we've got these here. I think I only skipped 1 month. and that's what we got out. That's interesting though, because I'm running on Riverbend Springs a greenhouse. Or was it a small or a medium? Might not be a large. And it's taking me a lot longer to get a pallet of each out, which is curious. Now these only require water. If we open the door and come in. So I've got this one running our old crop types, if we call it that, from on the big greenhouse from FS22. So our lettuce, strawberry and tomatoes are running. And the cycles per month, as I say, these are the same as the base game. So your recipes, I think, pretty much stay the same with regard to water and what you get out. But it's the recipes themselves, the cycles per month, that are standard. If we go to the greenhouse, the standard one, I've got that doing chili peppers, garlic, napa and spring onion. And again, recipes are exactly the same for cycles per month. But we're getting a fair amount out, actually. The standard one takes 6,000 litres of water, and the big takes 8,000 litres of water. That being said, that 6,000 litres of water, I skipped ahead 1 month, and that's used nearly all of that. And then the big greenhouse, yeah, it's used a fair amount, isn't it? But anyway, yeah, recipes are all there. It will do all that kind of stuff. It's the price more that I was interested in, really. Not too expensive. As you can see, we've got stuff out already. So that's the greenhouse by the Lort. Then next we've got this making, I think it's a welcome return. These were on 2022. The hydroponic greenhouse, and this is very cool. I like this. This is by Dogface, 3.9 megabytes download, 19 slots on console. I had this running everything. Now this requires water and liquid fertilizer, but the recipes, the cycles per month, are twice what they are on the standard base game. So this will run twice as fast. You'll get far more out per month than you do. As you can see, I've got all these out already, and we're almost onto our second load of pallets as well on the next ones. All coming out. But the only downside to this particular one, the hydroponic one, it doesn't do everything. It's a minor thing. But if we come down one more, and it's only 10 grand as well. 10 grand for a large greenhouse, running twice the speed. But like I say, it doesn't do everything. So it depends. If you want greenhouses to do everything, you probably want the other ones or the base game ones. I like the fact this runs a little bit faster. If we come into here, again, I love this whole situation, this setup. Very cool. So there's our hydroponics, and you'll see our recipes if we go across. Our chili peppers are saying 1,152 cycles per month, 912 for lettuce, 1,512 for Napa cabbage, strawberries at 456, and tomatoes at 912. So this isn't doing garlic or spring onions. It's doing chili peppers and Napa cabbage, but the two missing are, garlic and spring onion. So if you particularly want to do those crops, as you can see over the right-hand side, 4,000 litres of liquid fertiliser it will hold and 40,000 litres of water. It hasn't used as much liquid fertiliser as I thought it would. But yeah, runs pretty well. And like I say, the speed, I think, is what's drawing my attention, I think we'll say. But nicely made in detail, the same as the previous ones. And there's our stuff out. Very nice indeed. That's the hydroponic greenhouse by Dogface. Next we got this, and I love this. This is very cool. And it's bringing some new stuff as well. I like mods that bring new things. This is the Multigrain production by Biggins. 7.69 megabytes download, 40 slots. And then we've got a sell point, which is 10 slots to the side of it. Now this sell point is important as well. You'll see why. Now I've got some pallets out. What's interesting is the speed of production on this, and these are some of the extra bits we get. These 6 pallets, 3 of these and 3 of these, you'll see, we get a little bit closer, we've got corn flour, extra fine, and we've got whole wheat flour. Those 6 pallets were produced in about an hour and a half. Maybe 2 hours, but about an hour and a half. And then when I set them to run the next products that they can run, another hour and a half went by, and I already had my next pallets out. And with that, we can get tortillas and wholemeal bread. Pretty cool. But that's not all this runs. It runs all sorts of stuff. Animation's fantastic. Detail's great. I love the fact this is not just a sort of a plug and plonk. It's not been just taken from the base game and wallop. This is all very, very fancy. I love the side bits as well, the barriers protecting the corners of the walls and that kind of stuff. Door opens to go inside the building, and again, the building is very nicely made and detailed inside, which again, quality, liking that a lot. We've got lighting. We can turn our shed lights on or off. Nice sound effects and stuff going on. It's very cool in here. So, what does this run? All sorts of cool stuff. Let's go on to here and manage production. So here's our multigrain. We can do bread from flour and we can do bread from rice flour. Cake from flour, cake from rice flour. Cereal with chocolate, cereal from long grain rice, and cereal with raisins. All with different recipes. Let's get down there. So you'll see honey, raisins, oat and corn. And that one, honey, long grain rice. That one, honey and chocolate. Actually, is there more in there? Yeah, oat and corn. Then we got, this is what I've looked at. Corn flour. So you bring your corn, you get corn flour. When you've made corn flour, you can then make corn tortillas. Actually, I'm going to turn that back on again and turn that back on again. The recipes on this is brilliant. So your corn to corn flour is a 20-20, so a 1-to-1. You don't lose anything in that production. What's more impressive is the price you get for the corn flour and the corn tortillas. So if you've got corn, your base price for corn is X. We'll have a look at that. By putting it in here and running it through this, your corn flour, it is, because it's a 1-to-1 ratio, you don't lose anything. It is well worth doing. Well worth doing. So then you've got, yeah, the corn tortillas. And there's our recipe for that. It's a 25-20, so you don't lose very much on that either for your corn to corn tortillas. We then got oat flour, rice flour, long grain rice, wheat flour, and then we've got whole wheat bread and whole wheat flour. So our whole wheat flour, again, a 20-20. Bring your wheat, so we can do regular wheat flour. Sorry, I moved across too far. Sorry about that. We've got our regular wheat flour, and we've got oat flour, and those will do flour as we normally get out, what we're used to, flour. But the whole wheat, so the whole wheat flour still uses wheat, but I don't know what it does differently. A 20-20 recipe, so again 1-to-1, and then on from that we can make whole wheat bread using the whole wheat flour. Again a 25-20, turn that on as well, and the speed of process on these is really, really good. So as well as those which are new products, which are like, there's all the other stuff this will do as well, including cereal and flour and bread and cake and that kind of stuff. So if we come out of there, come out of the building itself, which I think looks absolutely wondrous, and we go to our factories, it's only 55 grand to do all of that and the speed it runs. That's a no-brainer if you ask me. 55 grand for all that, I like it. That's very cool. If we then come across one to our sell points, there we go. Multi-sell station, and this is a sell point where you can sell pretty much everything. And why I'm saying this is important is it is pretty much everything. A lot of the sell points, and I think we've had one modded one, that one there, part of these addable triggers. Did we have another one? I'm trying to think now, modded. That one doesn't take everything. This one does pretty much everything, including things like herbicide, liquid fertilizer, fertilizers, those kind of things. So if you've got spare product or you're producing it, that will take it. You can sell stuff at that, which I think that makes it quite an important sell point. So this pack as a whole, I personally think, is an absolute must-have. But I mean, again, it depends on Phil. Look at the detail up there. It's so cool. And I love that. Let's go around that side with lights in it. Organic corn tortillas. Detailing is absolutely fantastic. So let's go and look at our prices for this. I know I'm all gushy about it, but I think it's great. I went already past it. No. So there's our wheat price. So look across the right hand side. Our wheat's paying out 494, 510, 512 at the moment. Multi-selling station is showing there, and I think like it takes pretty much everything, the multi-selling station for this pack. If we then go up till we get to our corn, you'll see our corn price just there, 641, 638, 635. Again, multi-selling station is showing as well. If we then come down to our new products, so there's our corn flour, 2,142. So we've taken our corn, and remember that recipe is a 1-to-1. We don't lose anything in the process. and we've taken our corn at that price, and it's now worth that. Corn tortillas are worth a bit more. So if you produce the corn tortillas from the corn flour, 2,584. That's not bad. Then we come down to, obviously there's all the other products that this does. This is what I was saying as well, the sell point, liquid fertilizer. Multi-cell station, 2,095 for liquid fertilizer. Herbicide as well. So the other sell points generally don't take these, but the multi-selling station does. Where are we going next? So there's our whole wheat flour, again, priced 2,105, 2,001, 1-to-1 ratio. So our wheat price wasn't great. What was it, 600s, was it, did it say? Run that process, you're making good money for making whole wheat flour. Whole wheat bread, again, the ratio in the recipe wasn't terrible. And that's not the best price either. That goes up. That goes up from there. The same with the whole wheat as well. So the price at the moment isn't fantastic, but it can climb. So I like it a lot. Can you tell? It's an interesting selection today. I like it. Not a huge amount of mods today. I don't know if we're going to get in tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Today's Thursday. Yeah, Friday. No idea. So that's that. That's the multigrain production by Biggins. And then finally, we've got the John Deere 1365 mower by FastFarming. 20.25 megabytes download. 9 slots, 3 meters wide. There are a couple of different options on this. So this is the mower, like the old disc bind type things. Toe behind, it swings out, 3 meters wide. We do have the option of widespread or swathing. And then if we go for this option here, you've got widespread swathing, and then you've got left swath. So if you put that down, it pushes it all to one side if you want to go down that route. This you will find under mowers. Just there, 22,500, so not too expensive. We've got new decal or old decal. There's something about old decals. I like the fact it gives us that piece of equipment a story. It's weathered, it's been used, you know. But again, if you want it pristine, that's fine. Toolbox, yes or no, puts a toolbox down the front on the main spar. Warning triangle, yes or no. Then beacon, yes or no, on the right-hand side. Then work mode, standard, or grouper, which puts the left swathing implement on it as well. Those are options, no colour choices, nothing like that. The other buildings and stuff I put down, and I meant to say as well, the greenhouses and the multigrain production, there were no customization options on those. They came as they were. There was no R3 option to change customization. They came just like that. So let's start this up. So we can L1 and right stick up and down. We've got adjustment manually by pushing up and down like that. Beacon, hang on, as you can see, but if we unfold it, it automatically moves it out, gets it all ready to go. So as we drive forward, it swings out behind it, and then so you have got a bit of adjustment on that. If you want to bring it in closer, you can manually adjust like that if you want to. Now it says the option then for, under R1, toggle work mode, widespreading. Well, let's turn it on, drop it down. Get the lights on, there we go, there you can see a bit better. So there's it on widespreading. Doesn't make much difference, but... And then we'll do swath dropping. There you go. So as you can see, the difference between the two. There's your wide. It's cloudy. I was hoping it'd be a bit better today. There's your widespreading, and there's your swathing. So it does bring in narrower. So what we'll do is turn that off and detach that. And the difference between that and the other one is the fact that if we want to, we can put the swath out to the left. So the other two options are exactly the same. Swinging out is exactly the same. So if I unfold the mower and do that, if we let's toggle work mode and put it on swath dropping, it will do what the other one did. So there you go, there's our swath. If I then change the work mode and put it on left swath, it puts it all out to the side, like that. So if I come back the other way, I can give myself one swath in the middle. So that's the theory. Let's see how that works out. No plant survives contact with MrSealyp. We know this. This is a fact of life. Not far enough over. There we go. Yeah, definitely not far enough over. Whoa, I've gone a right old wobble there. So come back the other way, and then you can put your swath in the middle if you go left swath, both directions. And that's basically it. That's what it does. It's a mower with our swathing options. Yeah, I missed the grass in the middle, but you get the gist. That wasn't too bad. So, wide spreading, swath dropping, swath left. That's the John Deere 1365 by FastFarming. And that's it for the mods for Thursday, the 9th of January. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do, thanks for watching.